It's not about how crazy God is to Layla. It is also not related to tragic love of Romeo and Juliet. It is more than beautiful love story of Jack and Rose. It's about promise, secret, and dowry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi. How's it going, everyone? My best regards to the honorable judges, teachers, and all my friends. My name is Darine Salsabila. I'm from Alkhairiyah Junior High School, Surabaya. Have you ever fallen in love? I believe everyone has. And now I'm gonna tell you a love story of a prince and princess from different countries behind Kemaro Island. This is the legend of Kemaro Island. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom in South Sumatra led by a king. The king had a very beautiful daughter named Siti Fatima. Many young men fell in love with her. However, they all didn't have any courage to propose her. Do you know why? Because the king only blessed his daughter to marry a rich man who could provide benefits for the kingdom. One day, a ship from China arrived. The captain of the ship was Prince Tan Bun An. He came to South Sumatra to do business. After he arrived, he came to the palace to meet the king. The king said,
I will let you stay here and do business. But remember, you have to share your profit. You have to give half of your profit to the kingdom.
I agree, Your Majesty,
said Tan Bun An. After the agreement, Tan Bun An decided to stay in South Sumatra. He fulfilled his promise and often came to the palace to meet the king. In the afternoon, when Tan Bun An was walking around the palace, he met Princess Siti Fatima and fell in love for the first sight of her beauty.
Hiya, what a beautiful lady. Who is she?
He really admired her beauty. Then Tan Bun An asked his guard to find out more information about her. After several days, Tan Bun An finally got information about Siti Fatima. He knew that she was a princess, and her father, the king, only wanted to have a rich son-in-law. That information made Tan Bun An work harder. He also approached Siti Fatima secretly. Siti Fatima also fell in love with him. Then both of them promised to meet each other and secretly had a relationship.
Hiya, Siti Fatima is the most beautiful lady I've ever seen. I love her so much. I should propose her to be my wife,
said Tan Bun An. After a few months, Tan Bun An decided to propose Siti Fatima. Then he came to the kingdom and talked to the king.
Your Majesty, I would like to propose your daughter, Princess Siti Fatima, to be my wife. We have met for a long time and we love each other,
Tan Bun An said to the king. The king agreed and gave one condition to Tan Bun An.
All right, Tan Bun An. I know my daughter also loves you. I will let you marry my daughter. Give me 9 big jars filled with gold as dowry for the bride,
said the king.
I agree, Your Majesty. I would like a letter to my parents asking them to send 9 big jars filled with gold as a dowry,
said Tan Bun An. Finally, the letter from Tan Bun An received by his parents in China, and they agreed and sent him 9 big jars filled with gold, and they covered with some vegetables on top of the gold to avoid some pirates at that time. Later, the ship from China arrived. Tan Bun An and Siti Fatima went to the Musi River to welcome the ship. Both of them were so happy because their dream had almost come true. Tan Bun An immediately looked for the jar.
My gold! It's arrived! Everyone look, this is my gold! Yes, I will marry my princess. Okay, let's open the jar. Oh no! What is this? It's just a rotten vegetables. I don't need this. Maybe the gold is in the second jar.
Soft Tan Bun An. Again, he didn't find the gold. He was so angry. He threw the jar into the river. Every time he didn't see any gold in the jar, he always threw it into the river.
Oh no, where is my gold?
How frustrated he was. And finally, he opened the last jar. Again, he didn't find the gold. This time he was so tired. He didn't have any power to throw the jar into the river. Instead, he smashed the jar with a big stone. And when the jar was broken, Tan Bun An found the gold. He got shocked and knew he had made a mistake. Realizing his mistake, he immediately jumped into the river. But he didn't show up anymore. Sidi Fatimah was depressed. She waited for Tan Bun An to come out from the river. Prince Tan Bun An, where are you? Please come back. I can't live without you. Sidi Fatimah was disappointed. She decided to jump to follow her lover. Before she jumped, she said to her mate, "My mate, please remember this. If I don't come back, there will be a land in the middle of the river, and it will be known as my grave." Finally, she jumped into the river and disappeared. Her mate was so sad. And the next day, in the middle of Musi River, a mound appeared rising higher and higher and expanded into an island. It was named Kemaro Island, which means the island of drought, because it was never drowned even when the volume water of Musi River are getting overflowed. And many people believe that Kemaro Island is the graveyard of Prince Tan Bun An and Princess Sidi Fatimah. And do you know, friends, in 2006, it was built a big pagoda with 9 stairs, typically Chinese building in the middle of the island, and it becomes the signature icon of this island. The island becomes more crowded during Chinese festivals like Imlek New Year or Cap Gome. And that is the end of the story behind Kemaro Island. Isn't the story very interesting? Well, from the story we can get a message that is, we must think before doing something. Regret always comes late and we should follow what parents advise us because it usually has meaning and therefore we have to be careful in understanding it. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.